Hey guys, make it Jason here, and welcome to another edition of the Madden 2017 franchise. A couple of updates before we get started today. Please make sure to hit the subscribe button on Twitch. You can also check out my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is Megadeth Jason as well. And if you want to add me to Xbox Live, my gamer tag is Megadeth Jason as well. Another thing, I've got a couple of messages in regards to when a new WWE 2K17 Universe Mode video is going to be up. We just completed a third video here just a day or two ago. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get that uploaded to YouTube. It is on Twitch now. I'll get that uploaded to YouTube this week. Hopefully I will attempt to get one or two more videos here done soon. I'd like to get to our lockup pay-per-view, and what the plan is there is to have a set a date and a time and have a live stream of just the pay-per-view itself. But that's more for my 2K17 followers. This week is week 12. We played the 2-7-1 the San Francisco 49ers. So let's go ahead and get this game started, and I will join you guys at the end of the game.
Everybody, I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup could be a drag-em-out brawl as both teams rank in the top 10 in fewest yards allowed. The Vikings are #1 in defensive yards allowed, and they go up against the 49ers, who will need to be sharp on offense. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Gott and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 12 matchup.
We are on the eastern side of downtown Minneapolis at the gorgeous new U.S. Bank Stadium. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the San Francisco 49ers and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They come in riding high, just one loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to a minimum, and they're winning football games.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback. They'll run here. This is Kadeem Carey. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
After watching that play and result, I go back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator, Brandon, before the game and said, how are you going to move the ball running it against the #1 defense? He gave us no indication, didn't tip his hand at all, so we have to see how this unfolds as this game moves along.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
Too quick to the trigger that time. Neutral zone infraction, and that'll cost him 5 yards. They stay on the ground with Carey. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? And here's a look at the starting offense. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
Fielded just inside the 20. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Viking football here as they take possession. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the former Louisville Cardinal, Teddy Bridgewater.
To me, the best part of Teddy Bridgewater's game is his decision-making. Very smart, loves to watch the game, loves to analyze it, and he does it so well, he takes care of the football and keeps his team in good spots.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Smart approach there, using the run to pick up the first, and that was a defensive setup they prepared for this week, knowing that keeping it on the ground was the best way to attack it.
And that means also that they're able to read them pretty well. All the things they prepared for, when they get to the line of scrimmage, they see it in pre-snap recognition and know exactly how to attack based on their planning and preparation. That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
On 2nd down, Peterson. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37.
Holding offense.
So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long. They run it with McKinnon, and they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of 4, now 3rd down.
One of the things that's really difficult for an offense is often identifying how to block a 3-4 defense. Well, when they're coming on a blitz, even more difficult. They're elusive targets and hard to hit.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Bridgewater. Throwing left side, it's complete. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
To throw is Bridgewater. Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart.
Holding offense.
And you, as a former defender, should know that the referees are watching this closely. Defensive holding.
They watch it awfully closely. I sure wish they'd let it be 5.5 yards like they do for the offensive guys. In this case, they were strict with the rule.
Now a play fake here on first down. He'll buy some, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Tyler Matakevich in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Bridgewater now on second down. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kenny Stills, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead.
It's never fun for a defense to run on the field knowing that they're having to defend a short field. Just the idea of trying to limit an offense in that position, daunting for a defense.
And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Here we go! 1-0!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. It's caught. Kamar Aiken. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Here we go!
Once again, it's carried. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result. Because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using the offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move, to influence the defensive front, to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him. Sat there waiting for him and made the play.
At the end of one, 7-0 is our score. We're back to Minneapolis in just a moment.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Snickers. You're off your game when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football, and they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Carry now. Room here to run. Look at this spin.
Balance.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
And that run was what a lot of people called an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle? And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Here we go! Brand 38! Brand 38! Hut! Come on out here, go get some!
They'll run the option left. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. And the Vikings with an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd.
Playing coverage here.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Marlon Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Now that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Bridgewater fakes a give to Peterson. His throw incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph, and it's 3rd and 5.
In most pass defenses, the guy playing safety has the ability to roam free and try and go to the football. But when you're in man, you've got to cover just like a guy playing out on the corner. Lock up on the receiver and go to the football. That's exactly what he did, batting that one away.
Throwing, Bridgewater. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's brought down after a good gain. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. They were ready for what the defense was showing. They had prepared for that look, recognized it, went straight to the air, got the first. Well done.
Love the recognition because you can prepare for everything. You can watch the tape and put together your game plan, but you still have to understand what they're doing in terms of what they're showing and be able to adjust accordingly, and they did exactly that. That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2, and that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8, now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Touchdown, Vikings! Adrian Peterson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The 49ers getting set to trot out there. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Drops it off for carry. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They go play action here on first down. He's got time. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Everson Griffin. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Finding time. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They'll run the option left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on fourth down.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
What's that? Now? Oh, we're back. Okay, well, something happened to Larry in the halftime show, I guess. We're ready for the third quarter. Let's go. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Face mask penalty, and Charles, you were a defender. You know sometimes in the heat of the moment, it's hard to keep your hands away from that face mask.
Sometimes you just get out of position as a defender when you're trying to make a tackle, so you end up flailing away, and your hand gets into the wrong spot.
Bridgewater gives to his tailback, Peterson. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down.
Let's go.
Again, Peterson. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a third and about 9 to go.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Throwing is Bridgewater. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Bridgewater a give. This is Peterson. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set.
Well, that's the desired outcome coming out here in the second half of being able to run the football and establish a little bit of pace and maybe even a bit of dominance at the line of scrimmage. And they want that to continue. Way too early to think about this being ball control time. But the way they're running it, you got to think they may want to continue that and see if they can go ahead and grind their opponents into submission.
A play fake to Peterson. Now Bridgewater. This will be caught at about the 3. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal.
Love the call by the offensive coordinator, recognizing the situation very well, calling for the play-action pass and completing it.
So they're operating in the red zone.
Let's go. Blue 58. Blue 58. Watch 48. Watch 48.
Bridgewater to throw it. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Got the hand caught up in the grill of the face mask. 15-yard penalty.
So tough for a defender. You're trying so hard to make a play, and the way that these offensive guys can move around, sometimes your hand gets into the wrong place.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Let's go.
Second down, Bridgewater. They'll roll him out right. And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now third down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
Get ready. Blue 58. Blue 58.
Third and goal for Bridgewater. And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. Kyle Rudolph, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. And he's a reliable target. He's more than that, though. Hey, look, I'm not going to say he's the best tight end in the league, but he's solid.
Yeah, because he's able to block, and that's almost a lost art for a number of the tight ends in the league now because the most popular guys are almost what we call move tight ends, more like receivers, but those guys who can do it all, there's still a place for them in the NFL.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't...
And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Emerson Griffin in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this is
all alone. Kamar Aiken. Touchdown, 49ers. Kamar Aiken, 82 yards. And the 49ers are back within a score. And, Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they designed every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
2nd down and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They run again with Peterson. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Give them a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Here's Jeff Locke now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. And he is going to lose yardage here. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. Back now at beautiful new U.S. Bank Stadium. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Kamar Aiken, the intended receiver. And it's 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taken in at the 22. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Adrian Peterson now getting ready to go again on offense. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case, well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. So they run it on 2nd down. Now let's see what 3rd down brings here for the offense. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And this one is incomplete. Kenny Stills, the intended receiver, and now it's 4th down. Here's Jeff Locke now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, You've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
It's caught left side, Tammy. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be a second down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
They'll run with Carey. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Back to throw now on first down. Surveying the field. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That one good for 10 yards. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for San Francisco. Taking it about the 16.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
And the defense in desperate need of a stop. They have to get off the field and get the ball back to their offense if they want a chance. Now a give to Peterson running left. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock. Another tote for the workhorse here this afternoon, Peterson. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Peterson. And a cut to the left sideline. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the offense has it, 6-yard line, 1st and goal. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. And the 49ers going to take another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. From the 4, it's 2nd and goal. Now Peterson. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adrian Peterson with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And he's able to put it through. The And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
Here we go. Red 38. Red 38.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none.
Yes, exactly right.
And now out comes Minnesota. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman.
Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Hey. You got 3.
Peterson gets the call running left. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1. Now you see these numbers, and a week ago when he struggled, it just seemed like everyone was, the world was closing in on him when he was handed the football. Here, the hole seemed to be opening up.
Yeah, and last week it appeared that he was running against 13 or 14 guys, didn't it? And I think last week, they just couldn't get in sync. Blockers, him, no matter what. It was almost like if they blocked it well, he picked the wrong hole to run through. If he picked the right hole to run through, there was just no hole really. People would swarm and knock him down. So what we're seeing this week is everything together, got it figured out, and he just seems sharper. I don't know if it's a better week of preparation or what went into it, but he looks like the guy we know.
Holding offense.
So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
You ready? Way 90.
First down and goal, the offense knocking on the door. 12 yards is the pickup there, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll run for it with Peterson. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Way 90. Way 90.
Now it's a bootleg with Bridgewater. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. It's a short kick taken near the 18. Oh, nice move. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Well, in this one, partner, we had some action all the way down to the final whistle there with the late points and then the kickoff to end it.
Yeah, and the best part about it.
And there you go, folks. The Minnesota Vikings defeat the San Francisco 49ers 35-14. Great game for us offensively. Let's go ahead and take a look at the stats. Teddy Bridgewater had 130.5, rating 7 of 13 for 137 yards with a 53% completion percentage, 3 TDs, and no interceptions. We did have the one interception that he threw, but it was called back due to penalty. Peterson putting together a great game. I thought maybe his career was over the way he's played for me. However, looks like he hasn't slowed down quite yet. 24 attempts, 205 yards, and 2 TDs. McKinnon with 1 for -4. Receiving wise, only 4 people catching footballs this game. Jeffrey Applewhite, 3 receptions, 79 yards at a touchdown. Kyle Rudolph, 2 for 22 at a touchdown. Red Ellison, 1 for 24. And Kenny Stills, 1 for 12 and the touchdown. I'm going to go ahead and end there, guys, and I will see you at the next game.